If you clicked on this video, I am pretty sure you're thinking about opening a new barbershop. If you do it the old-fashioned brick and mortar way, I want you to know that shop is going to cost you a minimum of $160,000. In the next few minutes together, I'm going to show you how to reduce that barbershop startup expense by 70%. No kidding. Hi, I'm Barber Joe Sexton, and if you want to convert your barber school diploma into a barbershop of your own and a seriously high-paying career, you are in exactly the right place. Be sure and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon. That is your guarantee that you'll be notified each and every time I release a brand new video. If you're like most people, you invested $10,000 and a year and a half of your life just to learn how to be a barber. Now that you are a barber, you want a barbershop of your own. That's completely natural. And in fact, to be financially successful as a barber, you need a shop of your own. Now I want to be very clear here. I'm not talking about the kind of barbershop that your friend opened last month in his garage. That is not going to cut it. I'm talking about the kind of barbershop that puts you on the map. The kind of barbershop that showcases you and your talents. At the very least, you want the kind of barbershop that helps you build wealth. What I want you to know is that today you have two vastly different approaches to opening a new barbershop. The first, and by far the most costly, is the old-fashioned brick and mortar method. And the second is brand new. It's called a kiosk barbershop. Some people call it the prefab barbershop. Now in this video, first we're going to explore the costs to build and run the old brick and mortar, a small brick and mortar barbershop. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to explore the costs of owning and running a new kiosk barbershop. And at the end of this video, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison so you can look at both options. Are you ready? First, let's look at the cost to build a brick and mortar barbershop. According to industry experts, it costs $160,000 to build a small, nothing special kind of a shop. 1 or 2 chairs. Now you can go bigger and fancier, but according to those same experts, the 5 to 10 chair barbershop is going to cost you somewhere between $550,000 and $750,000. Man, that's a lot of haircuts, right? In this video, let's consider only the cost of the smaller, the 1 to 2 chair shop. That is a lot more realistic for most of us, okay? So now we know the cost to build a modest small barbershop is $160,000. So what's it going to cost to run that barbershop? Well, take a look at this. The info you're looking at right now came from a sampling of almost 8,000 small barbershops here in the United States. These numbers give you a pretty good idea of what the monthly costs are going to be to run this shop. So let's take a look. Rent, looks like rent is about $384 every month. Advertising, about $35. You could spend more, you could spend less. Insurance is going to cost you about $18. Sales, general, administrative expenses, somewhere in the neighborhood of about $200 a month. And your monthly utilities will cost about $489 per month. So the total of your monthly expenses to run a brick and mortar barbershop are going to be $1,126. So there it is. The cost to build a barbershop and the cost to run it. To build it, we said, was $160,000 for a small, modest 1 to 2 chair shop, and to run it is going to cost you $1,126 a month. So now let's look at the cost to own and operate a new kiosk barbershop. Now the kiosk shop is brand new. Not many people have seen one. So before we go much further, let's explain exactly what it is. A kiosk barbershop is a fully functional 1-chair shop that comes to you unassembled. You unpack your shop, you put it together. It takes 2 guys, a step ladder, and about 2 hours to assemble. You fill the water tank, you plug it into a standard 110-volt outlet, and boom, you start cutting hair. It's about that simple. This is what 2 barbershop kiosks look like sitting side by side inside a regional shopping mall. Now, ideally, you set up a kiosk barbershop inside any busy location, anywhere you find lots of people. Shopping malls are good spots. Shopping centers are good spots. Home improvement companies, hardware stores, packaging and mailing stores, really anywhere you find lots and lots of people. Because lots of people walking by while you're working gets you tons and tons of exposure. Exposure gets customers, and customers bring their money. It's a very, very simple concept. Now we know what a kiosk barbershop is and how it works. How much does it cost? Well, my company, the BarberShop organization, sells a kiosk barbershop franchise for $48,000. We call it the BarberShop. So, we know how much one costs. It's $48,000. How much does it cost to run one? Well, the biggest difference between a brick and mortar barbershop and a kiosk barbershop lies in the area of utilities. BarberShop owners don't pay utilities. They put their barbershops inside busy locations, and the host companies pay the utilities. So let's look again at that table of monthly expenses that we looked at just a minute or so ago. Let's add into the table the monthly cost for the barbershop, and let's see what we get. Eliminating the monthly cost for the kiosk barbershop make the total monthly cost to run the kiosk shop $637. Now, if you remember, that was compared to $1,126 for the old brick and mortar. So finally, here it is. The side-by-side comparison of ownership and operation costs of the 2 barbershops. The first column in this table you'll see is the BarberShop kiosk. The second column is the brick and mortar. Row 1 is the cost to own both of the shops, and row 2 is what it costs to run. So let's look at row 1. Kiosk barbershop costs $112,000 less than the brick and mortar shop. That is 70% less cost than to build a brick and mortar, and that is exactly how you reduce those barbershop startup expenses by 70%. The cost to run each of the shop. The kiosk shop costs $489 less. That is $5,868 every single year. So now that you see the huge savings there is to open a kiosk barbershop rather than an old traditional expensive brick and mortar shop, are you ready to get going on your barbershop kiosk? If you would, if you're interested, download and read my free guide. It's called How to Open a Barbershop. It's a 30-page booklet that has 3 big sections. Section 1 tells you exactly what a barbershop kiosk is and how it works. Section 2 is a guide on how to write the perfect one-page business plan. You don't need thousands of pages. Nobody wants to read it anyway. You need one succinct page that tells people who you are and what you're doing. The third section is how to sell that one-page business plan to your local banker. You'll find the link to this free download in the description section. Make the business of barbering as important to you as the art of barbering, and it won't be long and you too will have your very own barbershop franchise.